Griffin Colapinto into the final match against Felipe Toledo. Griffin, off of that 10-point ride yesterday, has got to be feeling pretty good to make it into the finals today. As we are into our women's final, Lakey Peterson, current world number 6, up against Tatiana Weston-Webb and current world number 14. And if Lakey Peterson wins this heat, wins the final, she will take the yellow jersey away from Brisa Hennessy heading in to Bells Beach, Australia.
Ooh, bit of a battle there. You remember in the beginning of these heats, there's no priority there, so whoever has inside position on a wave will get it. That'll be the way you kind of solidify your priority on a wave with no priority.
And a big re-entry to finish for Tatiana Weston-Webb. Puts the first score on the board with 31 minutes, 41 seconds on the clock. Going for the world titles with that in her sights, Lakey Peterson now up and riding on her backhand. Nice snap to start off. Frothy section opening up in front of her. And she manages to keep composure on the finish. Scores to come through for both surfers as that scale is being set. 30 minutes on the clock, and Griffin Colapinto has booked himself a spot in the finals.
Surfers will put those ones around. You can see those boards last years.
And Tatiana Weston-Webb.
Beautiful two-turn combo for Tati on a nice size set wave there. You can see the placement of that maneuver right in the lip. Gets back down to the bottom, turning right into the next one. So 2 turns, solid ones for Tatiana Weston-Webb. Here's Lakey's attempt on the backhand here. Nice round turns, but then the fins release on the bottom turn. And that's what happens when you try and force that bottom turn when you're coming out of a maneuver to get into that closeout move. You'll push too hard and you'll get a little drift right there. Some wobble on the face as well. Didn't help that. When you haven't had big numbers coming yet, that one hurts a little bit. So let's see what Lakey can do. She has to answer very quickly, I think, in order to stay in this final.
This is a hungry final without a doubt. Now up and riding once again, trying to gain some consistency. First turn for Lakey goes in with a cleaner snap for the second, and straight up into the lip as that wave softens out on the inside section of a professional surfer in moments like these.
Yeah, it's so true. You end up surfing the heat with them. As we see 2 beautiful snaps there, this wave kind of tapers off, but she does everything she can, finds each critical section. She was able to get that board up into the lip. Again, you see they whip those turns, trying to push the fins out the back to show some dynamics on every move. That wave was very soft there, but she was able to get that board whipped around, and again for that 3rd time. Not going to be a huge number, but it most likely will be her best.
And just has been such an inspiration to Tati's career as a professional surfer and the way to carry herself in and out of the lineup. As we see her now with a steep takeoff. Up into a beautiful wrap back into the pocket. Now eyeing off that finishing section, comes up into the lip. The wave continues.
Feels like Tati probably will get the better of the exchanger, just a little bit bigger wave. Nice clean wrapping carve on that first maneuver. And then finishes up with some clean snaps to finish it out. Again, this is the angle as we see her drive through that maneuver. You see her back arm all the way through.
I just love that open arms and that full extension from that back leg.
And then here, wave softens up, but she finds somehow some pocket to finish up this wave and clean it up.
Answering straight back in Lakey Peterson. Great opening snap. Gets a little bit caught up behind that, but manages to whip it around on the second turn.
Ew, wow. Again, that's exactly what Lakey wants to happen, is that she's able to answer directly after Tatiana. Very nice first turn from Tatiana Weston-Webb. We haven't seen a lot of those kind of snapping carves where the board goes all the way back into the pocket. And first we're going to watch Lakey here. There's that first snap, quick snap. She knew she had to cut it short to get around the section, but another beautiful hook in the pocket. So the 2 turns there.
So those waves are starting to stand up, just get a little bit more bowl, a little bit more wall to them. As Lakey has now jumped into the lead, she is up and riding, flying down the line into a huge carve and just can't pull it off.
Couldn't hang on there. Yeah, she had a ton of speed.
We do have another score coming through for Tatiana. And Lakey staying so active under priority. Drifts the tail for just a second there.
Best wave of the heat, well, second best wave of the heat. This one here probably won't factor in my eyes, being that she has that 617 already.
Great engagement of the rail, and answering right back is Tatiana goes down under the lip.
Yeah, Tati with that 4.67. I felt that the exchange was the opposite, but the judges did not, and they were all in agreement.
Still so much time.
Alive as well, too. I mean, this lower tide's definitely helping conditions.
The ocean providing for Lakey Peterson. She's loving the look of those lefts. Goes in for a big vertical snap on the second and gives that little fist pump to claim.
Momentum is now with Lakey. She is putting on a show.
9 head-to-head matchups in their CT career, and Lakey has taken 6 of the 3.
Wow, so yeah, advantage definitely to Lakey. And she definitely feels like she's building momentum in this final. Still lots of time, 20 minutes to go.
And the only other final that they have matched up in was in 2019 at the Margaret River Pro, where they both made it through to finals day with some great conditions, and Lakey took the lead. Walked away with a big result there. Tatiana did come back in 2021 to make the finals at Margaret River and walk away with the win. As we take another look.
Replay here. The 2-turn combo, snap to float. From the upper angle here, again, she placed that first snap perfect, and then able quickly to get back up into the lip. That's how you have to be. You have to be super quick here with this lower tide too. The transitions are going to be much smaller.
That was a solid section to hit on the finish. To get into that 6-point range, she's looking to take the advancing position, and here we go. Powerful snap on the backhand to start off. Makes it around that section and up into the lip on the second.
6.1, so it didn't change the situation. It did go into her top 2. But here, not able to connect the 2 turns. You know, she had to do 1 turn and then pump down the line to get the finish. See that? Pump, pump, and then a finish. So the judges would rather see you go straight into the bottom turn and top turn back to back like that. Beautiful first turn, though. Again, right in the pocket, whipping it back, throwing lots of spray off the tail. And then has to chase it down here. But again, her backhand, she loves to go vertical with that approach.
Lakey now answering back. There are just so many waves coming through, and she's going to do that little check off the top. You could see she was really looking to lay that board and rail and had to stop short.
You know, and tennis being one of the first to include equal pay, which of course the WSL followed right after that.
Lakey Peterson now up and riding with priority. Solid snap on the backhand, just that single maneuver opening up.
As we take a look at it now, just 1 big turn.
So scores coming through.
Again, we take a look at this one, perfectly placed. She would love to have been able to get back to the bottom and do 1 more turn. The 1 turn now, carrying 2 sevens, isn't going to cut it.
We'll see if Tatiana's going to have a piece of it, and there she goes. Drawing off the bottom. Great click to start things off with. Goes in for that second, jams the tail.
Well, you can hear the crowd. They are loving Tatiana Weston-Webb, willing her to finally get that score needed, needing a 6.94. Another question asked of the judges, is this enough? Taking a look at the replay here. Nice snap, gets a little off balance, but pulled it back together to finish up with a very solid hooking snap for a final move. Right in front of Lakey, on edge. The finish here, that was the most dynamic, as you see the fins flaring out the back.
All 3 fins out the back.
Very nicely done.
Tatiana Weston-Webb now in the lead. Strider with an 8.0 and a 7.33 with a 15.33 heat total as she's having a look. Glassiest as ever. Conditions opening up in front of her. Snap to start off. Goes in huge, flares the tail, and is she going to ride out of it? And putting on a show for the crowd.
Yeah, that quick snap to carrying that momentum into this maneuver there where she whips it off the top and drifts the fins.
That was so sick.
And again, that's the type of surfing we want to see. Up and over the lip. She almost had it too. She was laying it back, crawled back up onto her board, but not enough energy in the wave to push her forward.
We're seeing those flares of real progressive surfing from this contest. Lakey now answering back. Check to start off, races around the section. She's hoping for something powerful to finish off with. Floater and the foam climb, and you can see the hunger and the drive within her surfing.
Both of them, you know, they're both now loose. Now it's the time to really push it hard. Last 10 minutes of this heat.
There's some opportunity for that on the women's side. Lakey Peterson's been famously one of the best in women's surfing to deliver. As we see that float and the foam climb on the inside.
And it's important for, especially the likes of Steph Gilmore, who was so low down the rankings coming into this event.
Tatiana Weston-Webb, solid snap to start off. Lakey using priority, beautiful A-frame peak, looking Trestles-esque for the Southern California local in Lakey, and putting a lot of effort into that. But will it be the 816 she needs to take the lead?
Tatiana gave us that on that 1 8-point ride. And lots of good work done here, but it didn't quite give me that moment of like, oh, wow, and surprise. And I think the judges feel that same way. So I would imagine it being just under. But great technique, putting that CI surfboard, the Channel Islands, longtime competitor on those boards. Been working closely with Britt Merrick in those designs to put those boards to good use.
And now that love and the emotion between two good friends who have spent so many years battling it out against each other. And for Tatiana to get one back against Lakey Peterson in the finals of a championship tour event. It is Tatiana Weston-Webb, your MEO Pro Portugal champion for 2022. And a huge congratulations to a woman who has carried herself with so much poise throughout this entire event.